Hi, welcome to today's yin practice. Today you want just the cozy props. So a bolster or a pillow from your bed will work just fine, and a blanket. You'll want to be bundled up in your coziest clothes, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Oops, I forgot, you also need a wall, so make sure you have one of those nearby. And we're gonna get started in a reclined position with your bolster or your pillow with you. So make your way down to your back body. Start here with soles of the feet into the mat as we settle in. And we're gonna take a really gentle version of supported bridge. So that's where we'll take the bolster under your sacrum. So you're lifting your hips just a bit. Then feet can stay planted on the mat, or you can extend them long. Some bodies that feels good, some bodies it doesn't. My body, it depends on day to day. So give yourself a little time. If having your hips lifted like this still doesn't feel great, remove the bolster and then settle your hips onto the mat. Goal here is to find stillness, adjusting yourself first so you get nice and comfortable. And in this shape is where we're going to do our breathing exercise for this practice. Goal here is slow, intentional breaths. I'll guide us through a 3-part breath, but remind yourself here, your biggest goal is to slow down your breathing, completely fill your torso, and completely release all of that air with each breath. You can exhale to prepare. Inhale, fill belly, ribs, heart space. Exhale, release from the heart, ribs, belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, heart space. Exhale, heart, ribs, belly. Continue at your pace. You might notice your pace starting to slow as each breath gets a little deeper. That is totally fine. Again, not concerning ourselves too much if you don't quite feel those 3 distinct parts. Focusing on filling up with all of that air and releasing it. Complete the round that you're on. Give yourself one more full round of this 3-part breath. And settle back into your natural rhythm when you're ready. Can gently lift your hips just high enough to slide that bolster out from under you. Pausing with your hips pressed into the mat, knees pointed up towards the sky. Then hug your knees into your chest for a moment. Just a soft hug, low back presses into the mat. Maybe you even rock side to side. And moving nice and slow here, we'll set up for Banasana, which sounds like banana because it looks like a banana. So you may want your blanket under your head here for just a little cushioning, but not quite as much height as your bolster or a pillow. Legs are extended long. And then start by walking your feet towards the left. So the left corner of your mat, maybe even beyond it. Then shimmy your upper body towards the left as well. So you're creating kind of a crescent moon shape. Arms might come overhead. I like my arms opposite hand towards opposite elbow overhead. You can take hands behind your head like you're at the beach if that feels good. Or rest them on your belly or chest if that feels more grounding. Maybe your right heel or right ankle crosses over left, deepening that bend or side bend just a bit. Adjust as you need to. Settle into stillness. Start to check back in with your breath. First, bringing your neck back to neutral, so that upper body back to center. Hands to your belly if they were somewhere else. Bring your right foot to the outer edge of the mat on the other side, so your feet are almost in a Shavasana shape. Then rock your head side to side here for a moment. Nice and slow. Pause next time your neck's back to neutral. Then we'll prepare for the other side. Right foot stays towards that right corner or even off that corner of the mat. Left foot comes over to meet it. Shimmy your upper body towards the right, taking the arm variation that feels good for you. Maybe adjusting here, giving yourself a few moments. Left ankle might cross over right. Settling into Banasana on this side of your body. Once again, check back in with that breath. Uncross your left leg, extending it towards the left corner. Shimmy the upper body back to center, hands on your belly. Rock your head side to side. Now bring a little bend to your knees, soles of the feet press into the mat. Maybe just shift your hips side to side here. And make your way to a fetal position on the left side of your body. Creating a little almost pillow here with your bicep and forearm for your head. Knees stacked. And then nice and slow, once your low body feels settled, start to open your chest towards the sky, and then bring your right arm to a T or a cactus shape on the other side of your body. So we're opening into a reclined supine twist. Now, if it feels like your knees want to lift off the mat once you're here, listen to that. You can bring a bolster under your knees or that blanket under your knees if you want a little cushioning, but not quite as much as the bolster. Gaze can be up at the ceiling or over your right shoulder. And settle into stillness when you're ready. Wait for your next inhale. First, bring your neck back to neutral if it's not there already. Then rotate your upper body so you find that fetal position once more. Breathing in here. Breathe out. Make your way back to center. Knees point up towards the sky. And then other side, we'll get in the same way that we did for the opposite side. Bring your knees to the right. Create a little pillow here for fetal position. And give yourself a moment. Settling here first, even though you know this isn't our final shape. When you're ready, open your heart up towards the sky. Left arm comes out to a T or a cactus shape or even behind the head. You might bring a bolster or a blanket under your knees. Settle into the shape on this side of your body. Wait for your inhale. Slowly roll back to the fetal position on the right side of your body. Pausing there for a moment. And then, like we're coming out of Shavasana, slowly begin to press yourself up to a seated position. I'm sure my hair looks good. I hope your hair looks good. Pause in here for a moment. We're gonna set up for our final shape, which is legs up the wall. It is not a fancy name, it's exactly what it sounds like. So I prefer to bring my blanket up to the wall. You might want your bolster nearby in case you decide to swap that out. It's totally individual to your body. Really cute way to get up here. So I bring one of my hips right close to the wall. Then lower my upper body down first to elbows and slowly bend the knees. Extend your legs. Keeping your hips here as close to the wall as works for your body. Now this is going to be our final and most restorative shape. So give yourself time to adjust. If you'd like more cushioning or would like your hips a little higher, sometimes if your low back is tight, that can feel good. Try the bolster or your pillow. If it feels really tight for your hamstrings, remember, we're not trying to push ourselves to the edge here. You can take your knees and bend them, bringing soles of the feet to the wall, and then shimmying your hips further away from the wall until you find the shape that feels good and that your body can hold in a restful state for a few minutes here. So take your time, wiggle, adjust, use your props however you need to, and then settle in. Take a moment here to check in. If this feels good and you'd like to stay here longer, you are welcome to. If you're ready to transition out of your practice, you can start bending your knees, bringing soles of the feet to the wall, then slowly lowering soles of the feet to one side or the other, pressing yourself up to a seated position. Pausing in a moment in whatever seat feels good for you. Eyes soft or closed. Giving ourselves 3 rounds of that 3-part breath where we started practice. Can exhale to prepare. Inhale, fill belly, ribs, heart space. Exhale from heart, ribs, belly. 2 more rounds at your pace. Returning to your natural rhythm of breath when you're ready. Taking a moment to show appreciation for taking the time for yourself, showing up and giving yourself a little rest today. We'll close with a collective breath. Can exhale to prepare. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, draw your hands back to heart center. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Thanks for being part of this rad community. And I hope you have a peaceful rest of your day.